Good afternoon. I know it's been a long time, but it's winter here in Michigan. Anyway, I just wanted you to see the strategic smartness it is in trying to make sure you do have some type of evergreen interest in your gardens, especially if you're in zone 6 and below, because we're going to get some winters and we don't know whether they're going to be harsh, freezing, cold, whatever. So you try to get something that's cold hardy for that area, but definitely evergreen. So today is the 23rd of December. We just got through having about 6 inches of snow on the ground. If I do a little pan around, you see it's still some snow trying to melt in areas of other people's homes. Most of mine is gone, thank goodness. But here, this is the Forever Goldie Arborvitae, and I have two, in which I think maybe the little rabbits or deers is a little starving and look like they've been pecked on a little bit, but they never usually mess with these. But you know, it's been pretty cold, so food maybe was scarce, but hopefully that'll be all the damage they do and they'll survive. And we're gonna pan around here too. Oh my God, my dwarf globe blue spruce. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that blue. So it seems to be doing just fine with its little baby cones. And then I pan over here. And although the beautiful fire red that it gets is blending in with the wood chips, but this is my Fire Chief Arborvitae. So see, there's winter evergreen interest in the garden. This is normally like my hydrangea lane. And then you see we got some firs back there. Very nicely. Just to have some type of winter interest outside of all the wooded area we got. You see we got some pines. I think this is a spruce, Norway spruce, if I'm not mistaken. I'm almost sure we just limbed it up a lot. And I'm gonna slowly pan over here to where we've got our evergreen interest. I didn't cut back any of my lambs this year. I'm gonna do that in the late winter, early spring. But here we have a juniper rug. It's looking good, nice and green in the winter garden. Here's another blue spruce looking just as beautiful. Some of the blue, I guess, in the winter. This is my first year totally with it. I'm assuming that some of the blue turns to green during the winter months because it's more greener, but it got a beautiful blue in the summer. And then behind it is my Niagara Falls Eastern White Pine. Look how beautiful those pines are. And it's just growing. It was just a little teeny weeny thing when I got it. And here I got two Forever Goldie Arborvitaes. Pan up closer to it. Isn't that beautiful? Especially when the snow is going. And another over there. So winter interest is important in your garden. Here, my gold mop cypress, fall cypress, doing just fine and looking nice and golden in the garden. These are my soft touch hollies. These three did excellent. I ordered 6. These 3 did excellent. I'll put 3 over here. And I'll give a look, show you my other ones. The dianthus is holding this green, even though we've had feeling like 6-degree weather, but we've been pretty low. But the dianthus is holding its colors, which is so wonderful for the garden. But hey, let's talk about this Nandina obsession. Oh, you can't beat it. This is his first year with me, but I'm sure there will be many more in the garden because I am in love. You can get this look December 23rd in your garden. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? So I got 1, 2, 3. So I did a spurt of 3s. Look at all the new growth on this gold mop. So I got 2 of those. And there's another Fire Chief over here that's looking absolutely gorgeous. See if I can pan in on it. It won't let me. So I'll walk to it. It's looking gorgeous though. Kind of mushy out here. All this snow just melted. How gorgeous is that? Very so gorgeous. I love it. And the growth. Yeah. So now I guess gotta hope that the little baby deers, the little Bambis, leave this one alone. They don't usually typically mess with these fire chiefs, but I can tell from the opposite side that something was nibbling. Yeah. And these are my irises still holding some green foliage. Interested, ain't it? Trying to come up with a way that I can make this tree root of one of our one of these pines fell with a big bad storm we had. I've talked about it quite a bit because it was unbelievable, but it cost so much to try to get rid of this. But if I can find some type of vine, anybody got some suggestions, please tell me, just to engulf this. Now this summer I actually had the pokeweed, which has a beautiful red vine to it that was actually coming across it, so that's what you see all dead right there. But I don't know if I want the pokeweed in my yard like that. So tell me what you all think. Okay, and now we'll make a hike to some more areas that actually supposed to have been planted with evergreen interests in mind. So of course around the pond we have these what was they called, blue firs, or I can't even remember the name of these. We bought these like 3 years ago, but we transplanted them from the front to back here, but they were over in that garden over there to when the pond got finished around the pond. But they're doing good. So I mean, but it gives us that evergreen entrance that you need, because everything else is kind of gone dormant. Alrighty, let's take this hike over to we're walking up the myrtle lane. They're all trying to be protected. These are my crepe myrtles, center stage I think it's called, from Proven Winners. And so I'll film in the spring and let y'all know what they look like. But I know that was pushing the zones. I've always wanted crepe myrtles, and when I saw I had the opportunity, I went for it. We are considered zone 6 now since 2023, I think. So I went for it, but I wanted to do some type of protection to hopefully they last. They supposed to die down if nothing else and come back, but I was just trying to see what happens. So here I have what we call a Nandina also, but this is your fire power. It's a little older variety than the Obsession, but when I tell you I will be getting some more Obsessions, I love it. Absolutely love it. Here's another, and here's another. So these are all firepower, but they're holding that green and red throughout the winter. Then this is what we call a Lakotha, and this was a rainbow Lakotha, and here it go here, rainbow drop Lakotha. And so they're evergreen too, but I'm not sure about the golden color. I have to do a little more research on that, but they're supposed to stay evergreen. I'm gonna have to check that out. If anybody knows, give me a holla. So that's what's evergreen over here in what I call my evergreen garden. Look at the paisley pups. So they were little babies, but look how they hold that beautiful color. So this is a paisley pup Lakotha. Now I'm happy with those. They're just so tiny right now. Oh my goodness, and what can you say about the hellebore? I got the wedding series. I got Mother of the Bride, the First Dance, First Kiss, and something else. Oh, Wedding Crasher, I think it was. So that's what these are, and see how they hold a green foliage. And then in early spring, well, late winter, you kind of cut that foliage off so you can let your new growth come in and your beautiful flowers. And these are heucheras, and for some reason they're holding a little color. Usually they die all the way back, but these trying to hold on to some color, and I'm happy about it. Oh, I was trying to show you this other paisley pup. Ain't that gorgeous? Look at that. Look at that. I really like those two. I'm not sure. They seem to be slow growers, so I'm gonna research that, and if they can grow just a tad bit faster, or I can get a bigger size maybe, I might get more of those as well. Now, this is my conifer lane. Talk about winter interest. Look at that. This is my Mugo pine, and I have two. See the one down there? Beautiful. Now these are my butterball Hinoki cypress. I'm so ready for a Hinoki cypress. So I just started with these little butterballs. They're from Isley. I'm proud of them. But look how they held up in all this deep Arctic blast we've had in the past few weeks. Okay, so here's that soft touch holly I told y'all about. So see, it's barely holding on. But its other two siblings, they died. And they were right here where my butterball spruces are, but they immediately died. I mean, I know you have to keep them watered. I did everything I did for those over there, but they didn't do as well. So you don't like it, you get rid of it. Although I do like it. I love it over at the other garden, and I call that my West Woodland garden. And so see that mugo pine, so pretty. So winter interest is real important in the garden. You know, when you live in these cold zones like we do. I'm pretty proud of these three, and I have some around the pond. I didn't walk around it to show you. But see right here, these are actually blue fuscus grass that I grew from seed. First time ever. I did cold wintering. I'm loving it. And they're holding their little color for the winter. And these are, I believe this is Sweet Romance. I wasn't aware that they would hold a color to this degree, so need to do a little research, but I'm happy about it. I'm not going to complain. And we come over here, and just so you'll see, so you'll know what happened in the spring, but this used to be my dapple willow that was in a planter, I should say. And so we took it out, me and my husband. A deer tried to attack the little soft roots, almost had a heart attack. So you see, I got it protected. I got my little deer barrier trying to protect my little bitty trees. But look at the branches. That nice red, deep red or deep coral. I don't know what you want to call it, but that was a bonus for me. I know it's a tricolor dapple willow. I had no idea that the branching, when it loses leaves, would be this color. So pretty. Now these are my Arctic dogwoods, and see the little color. This one has a little more color than that one. And this spring I will be putting them in the ground as well. And these tree here, that's the Eastern redbud. So all the leaves are gone, and it's sprouting stems from everywhere, look like. That's a temporary planting. So I have it in the ground in its planter until I know exactly where I want to put it. But this is how I'm protecting it for the summer. I got that advice from quite a few gardeners, even on TV. Grow It For Me Gardener, Eric and Chris, my girl Michelle Cox, who lives in Illinois, and one more person that was nice enough to give me some advice. Can't remember at the moment, but I know Eric, Christopher, and Michelle definitely gave me advice. And then I think it was actually maybe Fast Growing Trees, because this is where I bought those from. They might have sent me a message out saying that, gave me several ways that you could try to overwinter. And so this was the most feasible for me and my husband. So we got them planted underneath the ground. We got them mulched up good. And so, you know, underground, that's just like a insulation for them. And actually with the snow just melting, so they have their insulation. You can see the water that's on this red pine, so hopefully that's not too, on this dogwood. Hopefully that can dry out a little bit, and don't kill it, but it's definitely got its red foliage. And I'll just show you this is the newest garden we put in. This was always here on the side of the house, but once we made a fence, now it's a part of the backyard. But these are all dogwoods as well. So you see that nice dark foliage. But I see some kind of maybe pretty dark wood in here that I'm gonna have to cut out. Make sure no diseases are spread. See that real dark branch? Getting that out of there, so that no disease spread, but they're doing what they're supposed to do. This is winter interest in the winter. So these are my other dogwoods, but they were all some that my husband and I salvaged from a friendly neighbor in our ministry work. So they're working out. So this got to be the 4th year here. Yeah. And this is a viburnum. And these are the coneflowers that I left up. But look, the foliage is staying on these hooperas. I'm really happy about it though. Now both of these are the Neo Fast Barberry Sunjoys. So my first time getting them, I did plant them maybe around September, or around end of August, September, and hopefully they come back nicely. And these are the poker plants. And then we're back to my heucheras and my cornflowers, of course. So that's what I got here. But the garden I'm gonna be starting, I'm not gonna make it too big, but I'm gonna do something nice and cute, kind of coming around this dapple willow, because if y'all know dapple willows like I do, this thing will go crazy. So it's gonna provide some shade. So I hope to get some more hellebores maybe, and I don't have many hostas because the deers and rabbits is just too vicious for me. I love them, but it's just hard to keep up with them and protect them. But I can. This is gonna be in some kind of curvy spacing that I don't impede too much on the roots of my. I think this is a silver maple here. My silver maple tree. But on the ground though, y'all, I have ivy, and I've clipped and pulled. But to the extent I can get rid of most of it, and then I'm putting down some nice. It's gonna be mainly evergreens though, because I don't want to have to come over here and baby nothing. So I'm gonna try to do some more evergreens. Might be some Nandina obsessions over here. Just some real tough plants that can handle the fact that there are some ivy vines up in there. And so just wanted to show you all that. Oh, this is some feathery grass that's holding this green. Look at that. Holding it good. Now all of these used to be up front, but we transported them back here, and look how they're holding strong. Like that. I don't cut these. It's their first year here, but I don't really take the bulbs off because just to have a little winter interest, and I'll take them at the end of March, early April. My grasses, that's when I'll cut them down. Same thing. And here's a older variety of a panicula hydrangea, and it's called I want to say City Lights Venus, something like that. But it did pretty good. It did like a whitish, pinkish color, because I didn't know what it would do. So this is his second year with us. The first year, we got it near like in, like a fall special, and then we went into winter with it, and then it bloomed this year. So this is some nice blooms that it got. Okay. All right, y'all, we're gonna call it quits so that I can not have too long of a video. Oh, I thought I was gonna call it quits. I didn't talk about my germander. So that's what these are, and they're actually evergreen. So that's what I'm saying. Get things that's not gonna just lose its leaves all quickly, and they can be in the garden, giving you some type of winter interest. So I bought 3 of those, and they're in these pots here. My people, Jordana, JD from Zone 6, and I'm out.